Okay, I'll try recording on both. Sorry, guys. There we go. We'll try that. Okay. Are we okay? Kyrstin Gray, I can see you. Are we okay? Okay. Okay, so what I wanted to show you, when I was at the New Leadership Conference, Melanie Mitro spoke, and she is nuts organized, and I love the way she explained her schedule. So that is why when I came home, I totally adjusted my schedule because I wanted to make it more consistent. Sorry. Each month kind of looked a little bit different, and it was like, when is new coach training? When is this? So I wanted to streamline it and make it so much more simple. This month is kind of a transition time, so it's kind of awkward, like what's going on. But from now on, it's going to look exactly like this calendar. And I posted this in our team page, so I won't go through it all right now because it'll take up a lot of time. But every single month is going to look fairly similar to this. Okay, so at the beginning, we have a new coach training. We're going to have a team call the second-ish Sunday. Then we've got a sneak peek. I'm going to start doing a business opportunity call every single month for anybody. So it's basically going to be like a sneak peek compressed into a half-hour Zoom call that you can invite anybody to. I have up to 100 people, so no more than 100. So this Thursday, I'm going to actually be hosting the very first business call, okay? So it's going to be a Zoom link that you can invite anybody to. So you're going to see that on this schedule here. So on the 12th, I'm going to hold a call at this same time, and it's going to be a Zoom call, and it's basically going to be me talking with a PowerPoint, essentially a sneak peek compressed into a call. So basically just another way for people to learn about the business. And then, of course, we've got our new coach training. And then, like I said, this is kind of an awkward transition month-ish, but the schedule is always going to look like this. I posted Melanie Mitro's call. I highly, 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 highly recommend listening to it if you haven't yet. If you can't find it again, just message me and I'll send it to you. I'm going to say I've honestly probably learned the most from her presentation. It was phenomenal with organization and with what to do if you're feeling overwhelmed. Her call was just unreal. So I'm just going to flip around here. So it's me again. All right. So that is the calendar. And like I said, feel free to follow along with me. If you've got your own thing going on, totally cool too. Okay. All right. Next thing, I wanted to celebrate just a little bit. I'm not going to name specific names. I did that in our team page, but congratulations to all of you that hit Success Club in January. Unreal. I'm sure all of you got your email to try out the Beachbody On Demand. I see Turbo Fire just went up on there, which I'm pumped about because that's one of my favorite programs. So congratulations to everybody that hit Success Club in January. Absolutely unreal month to hit it, to try out that Beachbody live streaming. To everybody that rank advanced, we had tons of new emeralds. So congratulations. And with that, I just wanted to toss out a thank you to everybody. I've noticed it a lot in our leaders page. We've got a group for the up and coming leaders, for people that are pushing for Diamond, but even in our general team page, I'm just so proud to be part of a team that just lifts each other up. You know, in this day and age, I'll be honest, it's very hard to find friends or other coworkers or anybody around you that just supports what you're going after and pushes you to reach those goals and wants to see you succeed. It's more of like the crab effect. Like, I don't want to see you succeed because I'm not succeeding, or I don't want to see you happy because I'm not happy. And just to be surrounded by such positive people that always want to see each other succeed and are willing to help, it just it gives me goosebumps. And I just want to say thank you, and how blessed I feel to be surrounded by all you ladies. Okay, I'll move on because I want to give Kyrstin as much time as I can. So with that, I've got three main things I just want to cover really quick. Like always, I'm going to preach it all the time. set your goals for Success Club in February, okay? Success Club means success. If you want to be successful in this business, please set your goal on hitting Success Club. Success Club 5 only means helping 3 people. When you put it into perspective like that, 3 people is totally doable. So please break it down, set your goal for what kind of Success Club you're going to get this week. If you're not sure how to get there, no worries. If I'm your sponsor coach, message me, we'll brainstorm. If somebody else is your sponsor coach, message them, brainstorm. How you're going to reach it. Every single month is different for me. Sometimes people pop out of nowhere. Sometimes I have to try 5 different things or 10 different things in order to hit Success Club. But that needs to be your ultimate goal out of everything. All right. The second thing I want to say is take a minute at the start of February to break down your goals. We all have goals, for example, hitting Success Club. But you need to break it down a bit further. So if you say, I want to hit Success Club 5, make sure you don't just leave it at that because it's really arbitrary. Well, you have no idea how you're even going to hit Success Club 5. So if you set that goal, be like, okay, Morgan, if I'm going to hit Success Club 5, what do I need to do? Well, that means I need to help 3 people with 3 challenge packs. Okay, so if I'm going to help 3 people, how many people do I think I need to talk to? Well, I'm going to say with my odds, probably 15-ish people, 15 people at least, I would say I need to talk to in order to get 3 yeses and 3 challenge packs. So, okay, I need to talk to 15 people in a matter of, what do we have left this month? 20 days. So I need to talk to 15 people in 20 days to hit my Success Club 5 goal. Okay, so that's what I mean by breaking it down further. So when you set your goals, backtrack a bit and break it down so you know exactly what steps you need to take each day in order to hit that goal. Because if you just leave it up in the clouds, chances are it's probably not going to happen. All right. Last thing I wanted to cover really quick is kind of a topic that really hit me from the New Leadership Conference. If some of you know the coach, her name is Tracy Merrill. If you've seen her on P90X, she's the mom with like 6 kids and has like sick abs. She spoke at our conference and her topic was about integrity. And it just really hit home with me because I consider our team to have a lot of integrity. And she said, your business, your success is based around integrity. And what integrity is who you are when nobody's looking. And I think that's really important in a business of mostly social media, that your success isn't going to come from your 3 posts a day or what people see on social media. It comes from the early wake-ups so you can fit in your power hour. It comes from the sacrificing a little bit of time here or there or some splurges because you have your own health and fitness goals. So integrity is who you are when nobody's looking, and that integrity is exactly what's going to bring you success. So no, you may not get recognition for it, or people may not know you do it. Nobody knew I was up at 5 a.m. for the first year working my business. Well, my parents did because I lived at home and they thought I was crazy. But now they're okay with it because they're like, oh yeah, you're doing well on your network marketing. Well, they still call it pyramid scheme. Let's get real. But anyways, nobody knew I was up that early, but that is exactly what brought me success, that integrity. So you are responsible for your own learning out of the picture where nobody sees you. That's what's going to bring you success. With all that, I'm going to leave you with this before I pass it over to Kyrstin. Focus on the big picture. If I was to give one single tip on what allowed me to be successful, is I had these things on. Little blinders the whole time because I didn't have time to look anywhere else. I knew my big picture goal of what I wanted, and that's what I stuck to. The little stuff that I couldn't control, I just blessed and released because essentially it's out of my control. If somebody wants to download P90X instead of buy it from me, sure, go right ahead. I am probably the one that taught you how to download it because I used to download them too. So that's out of my control, or somebody drinking another shake or anything like that. I promise you, if you don't let yourself get caught up in any little things, if you really keep your focus on your big picture, your big why, that's really going to take some pressure off your chest and just feel a lot more free if you just have that big picture in mind. So I'll leave you with that. I know a lot of you have asked me about some time management stuff, and I'm going to make some YouTube videos on that, but I won't cover that right now because I'm going to pass it over to a phenomenal coach. She is a diamond coach on our team. Her team is growing like crazy, Hillary Roz. And I just want to say congratulations to her. She has a very unique take on this business, and that is why I wanted her to speak about this topic, about creating a business that's uniquely you and how that's going to bring you so much success in your business. So I'm going to pass it over to Kyrstin Crow, and get your pens and papers ready.
Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to talk a little bit about branding, how it can set you apart, create a specific audience for you, and build your business ultimately. We all work for the same company that offers the exact same products for the same prices. So you need to be unique. You need to be different. Why would someone choose to go through you as a coach? What sets you apart? What do you offer that the next person does not? Now, that's not to say that you need to be the ultimate coach to cater to everybody, because you can't be everybody's coach, but you're going to be a demographic. You're going to be someone's coach. Okay. Maybe your demographic is new moms. Maybe it's busy students. Maybe it's a blend of the two. You know, it's catered to your niche, right? So for me, it's the 9-to-5ers, a lot of healthcare workers, shift workers. That seems to be kind of my niche. A lot of people also who have an appreciation for clean eating, or kind of a holistic side to the health and fitness world. So that's determining who your demographic is can really help. So we work for the same company. We sell the same products. We do a lot of the same stuff, but we have to do it in a way that is eye-catching, that is genuine, that has value. So do you just post when there's a promotion on? Do you just post when you're looking for people to enter in your challenge group? Or are you creating value in a news feed? That's what I think. Is this post going to be valuable to somebody? Because if I'm just posting, yep, we got 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme, 154, and then I do that next month and I do the same thing over and over, no one cares. Like, people aren't buying into your product. They're buying into you. And you offer this product that works and we love it, absolutely. But it's your story, your results, your experiences that people buy into long before they'll ever buy into a challenge pack. Just going through my notes here. So although, yes, posting about promos, you have to do that. That's part of the business. But you want to be creative in doing it. Switching it up every month, maybe doing, we all have the little catchy phrases and hashtags and stuff like that. And that's a really good way to set yourself apart. And I noticed recently, a lot of you are getting into like pages and your own kind of branching off that way. That's a really good way to reach a new demographic of people, and to keep things, the personal life and the business side a little bit separate, because sometimes that can get really convoluted and muddy. And for some people, with young kids, they don't necessarily want to have a bunch of people on their personal Facebook that have, photos of their children and their family. That might not be what they want. So a like page is a great way to reach demographics like that. So yeah, one of my biggest tips, if you write anything down, is that people will buy into you before they will buy into your challenge packs. So that you need to be worth investing in. That's one of the biggest things that I think every time I post something. The other thing was, what makes you unique? What about you is interesting that you would put down on a, on a dating profile? What makes you unique? What's different about you? What are you good at? What are your hobbies? What are your flaws? These little gems are what you need to elaborate on and expand on. For me, I'm a crazy cat lady, and I see a few of you in here too that also are crazy cat ladies. So that's kind of my thing. I post about my cat. She'll probably be in this video at some point. But you need to find those things that work for you. I like taking like good photos of my meals. I try and do that once a day, a healthy meal. I post a lot about kind of holistic health, positive thinking, and the law of attraction. So those are kind of my three things. Other than posting about, my health and fitness journey, I have three things that I grow on and elaborate on that people can kind of follow along that story. And this is also a really good way to develop an audience, because I honestly think Ruby has sold more challenge packs than I have. Like, she actually, like, people are like, "Oh my God, your cat's so cute." And like, "So what are you up to? What is this you're doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Ruby." I have to get her signed up as a coach here pretty quick. But other than that, yeah, so you are more than a coach. Just because you have Beachbody Coach in your cover photo, that's not enough. People need to know more about who you are. And like Morgan had said, be who you are. Don't pretend, because you will get caught pretending. And people can read through that lack of, that authenticity is missing. And they can tell that it's scripted, that it's something that isn't, you would never speak like that. So it's like, what? Like, do you ever actually say those words in public? Like, be you. And just because someone who's really successful is posting or kind of has the verbiage a certain way, don't think that that's necessarily going to work for you. Because if that's not actually who you are, then it's not going to work, because you're not being true to yourself. You're not being true to your followers. So, find out who you are. And this is where personal development comes in. Finding more about yourself, your interests, your weaknesses, that's going to play a lot into developing yourself as a coach. And I think we try and put a lot of emphasis on personal development, but I feel like it's the first thing to go to the wayside. We often, okay, well, I'm not going to do my reading tonight. I got to focus on this. And so don't forget the value of personal development. It will come big into branding, big time. Another thing is staying present on Facebook. Being not necessarily, like Morgan said, not just your 3 posts a day. It's the work you put in behind the scenes, but your followers need to know that you're still there, that you haven't just fallen off. So whether it just be a quick quote you learned in your personal development or something, stay active and present in a timeline, because those people that said no to you, no for right now, are going to keep following your journey. They keep seeing you. You're not going away, and they're going to come back because they know that you never left. Sometimes with coaches, it'll be 3 weeks in a row and you have a $50 paycheck and you're fed up. You're like, "Oh God, like this isn't paying off. This isn't paying off." And they disappear. But the coaches that end up successful are the ones that put in the time, the consistency, and the patience. And you have to realize this business is not about getting rich quick. And if it is, you're probably already like, "Oh yeah, that didn't work. Like, I didn't get rich really quick." It's something that grows over time. And as your passion for it grows and the hard work gets put in, that's when you get successful. So stay present and keep putting in the hard work behind the scenes. And even if you're not getting credit for it, no one knows that I'm up at 5 and I'm putting together my posts for the day, so I don't have to worry about it while I'm at work. And I don't get paid for that. I don't get paid to wake up really early. It's something I do because I want this to succeed long term. So the other thing we're going to talk about is when you're branding, you could start using the same font in your posts. You could start using a hashtag. I started doing Sisterhood of the Sweaty Selfies, and I absolutely love it, because then other people start using it, and I just think it's a really good way. So finding something that works for you or your like page is a good way to set yourself apart as well. Especially if you're doing any Instagram, a business account for your Instagram, that would that would be a good idea too. Because then if you get bigger, that's a great way for people to find you, is through a unique hashtag. So whether it be your designs on PicMonkey or whatever program you use, keeping kind of a consistent theme makes you, that brand, people remember it and they look for it in their timeline. So keeping a consistent design, so whether it be hashtags, colors, font, or just the general design and layout of your posts. And if you go through my photos, I have a pretty standard layout that I like to do, and I find that that works well for me, and it just looks a little different than everyone else in the news feeds. So that's kind of what I go for. Then the other thing I was going to touch on is actually integrity, what Morgan was talking about earlier. We are all in the same business. We work for the same company. We work for ourselves. You know, this is something we do together. I know a lot of us live in similar communities. We have a lot of the same friends. And sometimes on our Facebook, it seems like, oh God, everyone must have all these, you know, coaches on their timeline, but that's not the case. Just because you see a million coaches in your timeline doesn't mean that's what, you know, one of your friends sees all the time, right? So don't think that you're getting annoying, or, you know, not everybody has 387 Beachbody coaches as friends on Facebook. So when it comes to integrity with posting, I know sometimes you'll see something, you're like, that looked a lot like mine, or I did this. And I can't stress enough that it's so important to be creative, but also to know that you're inspiring someone. That's huge, because someone thought that what you did was good and that it was very creative and authentic. And for me, I not copied, but I really got inspired by Amy Silverman and Becca Robinson. I just absolutely, they just speak to my soul. They're like, whether it be Instagram or Facebook, I just feel like they get me, and I've never met either of them. But you don't want to be copy and pasting or, you know, plagiarizing, but make it your own and take it and put your words into it, put your soul into it, put your breath into it, so that, yes, it's the same idea. You're getting inspired as you're learning and growing, but you're not shorting yourself, because oftentimes what can happen is if we're just copy and pasting things that we see, or just not putting any creative thought process into it, we're not growing. We're not developing as coaches, and we don't get that sense of our brand because we're just picking up someone else's. So getting inspired by other coaches, absolutely. Like, that's how this works. This is why we work together. And it's why we're called a team. But having that ability to put your own breath into it is huge. So my best advice I can give you to sum all this up is just be yourself. Be you. Point out your flaws. People want to know that you're a human, right? Like, I legit ate 3 donuts this week. 3. And like, I called Hillary and I'm like, oh my God, like, I ate 3 donuts. And she literally was like, and like, you're not going to die. Like, chill. Like, people want to know that you're a human. Like, people eat donuts. It's going to happen. So if you tell your challengers, hey, look, I'm actually not perfect, and this isn't like completely unattainable, and they're like, okay, like, I can do that. I can do that. And if I slip up, it doesn't mean I'm not perfect. It just means that I'm just like everybody else. So be yourself, work with integrity, work as a team, and yeah, find your brand. And if you guys have any questions about branding, or just want to toss some ideas around, don't hesitate. I love it. I absolutely love it. And if you have any questions, does anyone have any right now they want to ask me? No? Mm-hmm. If you do, you can just turn on your microphone and ask. Okay. Well, Ruby didn't come. I'm sorry. I tried. She's sleeping in the laundry basket. So I'll give it back to Morgan right now. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you so much, Kyrstin. Honestly, like, the amount I have learned since this girl first told me she wasn't going to become a coach and then ended up becoming a coach, I have just learned so much, because I'm not going to lie, I really, really struggled to figure out what made me unique at the start. And I don't know if any of you guys feel like that. Like when I seen Kyrstin start to become a coach, I'm like, oh, like she's just got this vibe. Like I literally go search her name every day just to check out her page. And I'm like, how do I get people to search my name? Like literally that is what I strive for. I'm like, what about her page makes me want to check it every single day? And it's just because of the uniqueness. Like I just get her, and I know I always get a recipe, and I get some funny cat photo, and her filters are really cool. And like, that's what I've learned from her. I'm like, okay, when I post stuff, I just think, what's going to make people want to come back to my page every day and like, just check me out? Like, what's going to be interesting? And I'm still learning, but I struggled for a long time about what makes me unique. Cause personally, I mean, I don't really think I'm unique at all. Somebody at the conference asked me what my hobbies are, and I'm like, does working out count as a hobby, or eating yogurt? But neither of those really count. But then I figured, well, you know what? My passion is working out. So on my like page, I just started to share more workout videos, because honestly, that's me. Like literally, I have worked out since like grade 5, and I thought, oh, people don't really want to see that. But I'm like, hey, that's who I am. That's my passion. That's what I really like to do. So screw it. That's what I'm going to share. And then, I started to get some action on my page. I mean, people aren't coming to my page for fancy recipes. I go to Kyrstin's page for that, because all they're going to get from me is a Quiznos salad or froyo, and nobody wants to see that. So it's definitely taken me some time, and, it might take you some time, but gosh, like figuring out that vibe and kind of who you are, that's exactly what's going to attract your people, because the customers I attract are going to be totally different than the customers Kyrstin attracts. And I think Sarah and I were actually talking about it the other day. A girl was talking to actually 2 different coaches, and she ended up signing up with the one that was most like her. So they both had the same thing to offer, but she just connected to one more. So it's not that, oh my gosh, there's so many Beachbody coaches, nobody's going to buy from me. It's just about being unique and attracting your type of people. So thank you so much, Kyrstin. And like she said, if you have any questions, she is definitely on your go-to. Thank you so, so much. So I'm going to wrap it up. I am recording this, so I'll share the recording if you want to re-listen or when people missed it. But tomorrow is a pretty big day too for information. The National Wake Up Call is one of the top 10 coaches, Carly Del Carlo. She's actually really young. She's only like 25. She's only been in the business, I think, for about 2 years. So she'd be really relatable, I think, to our team. So if you want to tune into the National Wake Up Call tomorrow morning, or it'll be recorded. And then the bombshell call is going to be nutso. So the creator of Shakeology, Darren O'Lean, is on the bombshell call tomorrow night. It will be recorded if you can't make it, but literally he's answering every single question you've ever had about Shakeology, from if you can drink it while you're pregnant, is there a new flavor coming, is it gluten-free, everything. And he's really great. So make sure you tune into that. Like tons of your questions will get answered, and it'll make you feel more confident talking about Shakeology yourself. So before I shut it down, does anybody have any comments, questions, anything you wanted me or Kyrstin to touch on quick? We're good? Oh, there's Ruby. Oh, hey, Ruby. I hate cats, but Ruby's cute. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just not a cat person.
When is the National Wake Up Call, Mark?
Yeah, Sarah's at work, so I can be at my parents' for supper right now. Well, we're coming for Froyo.
Oh, there she is.
Are you coming, Morgan? I'm waiting for you. We close soon.
Oh, you guys, I'm starting the 21-Day Fix Extreme, so it's like I need to fit in as much Froyo as I can right now. You know, like when you know you're starting a program, it's like you feel 10 times more hungrier because you're like, I have to fit it all in. That's how I feel right now. But anyways, thank you so much again, ladies, for taking time out of your evening for this. I'm just so excited for our team, and I hope all of you have an awesome night, and I hope this was beneficial for you. So we'll have another guest speaker next month. I don't know who it'll be yet, but we'll see. So have an awesome night, ladies. Thank you again.